In this video, I'm going to demonstrate on how to do scratch art. The materials you're going to need is scratch art paper, a tool for scratching, a photograph or a photocopy of a picture, and tape. Now I'm going to take my scratch art paper and I'm going to put on top of it the picture I want to trace for my scratch art. I'm going to secure it with some tape on the top and the bottom so while I'm tracing it won't move. Now I'm going to take my pencil and I'm going to outline all the main areas of my picture and any small details that I may need when I'm doing the scratching on my paper. Now that I'm done with the outline, I'm going to go ahead and remove the picture and the tape from the paper. Don't worry if there's any little scratches on your paper, it won't show in the end. Now you should be able to see the outline you created with your pencil. Now I'm going to go ahead and take my scratching tools and I'm going to begin by doing some of the smaller details of my picture. This helps me in the placement of where everything is going to be. Plus, I don't want to be able to miss it and scratch over it by accident because I wasn't paying attention. When working with the eyes, don't forget to add the light that hits the eye to create that highlight. Another thing I recommend is keep your photograph next to your scratch art paper when you're working so that you can see it as you're working. Start with the small scratches, work it up to the medium scratches, and then work it up to the larger scratches. And then later on, you're going to then emphasize the lighter and the darker scratches for the texture of light and dark. As you can see, my photograph is of a dog. And one of the things that I do recommend when working is that you start with, if you're working with fur, start with the small pieces of the fur or the tiny little scratch fur areas. You want to add the little small areas first, and then as you work it up, you want to then add the longer pieces of the fur. Another thing I want to add is that some people, when it comes to like the black area or the darker area of the fur, they don't want to scratch it out. And you could still scratch it out. You just don't want to scratch a ton of it out, but you do want to emphasize that fur. So scratch out less areas of the fur. But then when it comes to the whiter areas or the lighter areas, that's the area you want to then add a lot more scratches to show the difference between the light and the dark. For example, if I'm doing a panda, I would still scratch a little bit of the black area of the fur, but I would definitely scratch a lot more areas of the white part of the panda to emphasize the difference. But by doing a little bit on the black, I am creating that illusion that it is fur. Now there are some parts of my dog that I will leave completely black, and that's okay too, and you could do the same. For example, I might leave some areas of the nose or some areas of the eyes completely black. So this is a decision as an artist that you need to make. Now I have finished my scratch art. I'm going to go ahead and tap it and get some of the excess stuff off of it. And as you can see, it's pretty close to the picture. I definitely can go back in there and give it a little more detail. But I wanted to show you how easy scratch art can be. It's a lot of fun. And I personally like doing animals. I think they come out beautiful in the scratch art. But you could do like art, like graffiti art with it. You could do designs with it. You could do all kinds of things with it. They also come in different colors, and besides white and black, they can come in silver and black, and they can come in gold and black, and they can come in multicolor and black.